The Boston Celtics win Game 2 of the NBA Finals, leading the Dallas Mavericks now 2-0 as the series does shift to Dallas. My take on it, look, the Celtics shot the ball horribly. I mean, final box score is going to say 10 of 39. It didn't even feel that well. I mean, they shot the ball horribly, had no business winning the game with as poorly as they shot, but guess what? That is what an elite defense looks like. I mean, the Mavs can't do what they were doing all playoffs long. The Celtics one-on-one defense is absolutely fantastic. And the Mavs are boxed. And on the flip side of things, the Celtics offense is so easy. Every single possession, it's the same thing. Get a switch with Luka, blow by him, and then it's just a drive and kick, get the defense in rotation. And they took 39 threes. I'd say 30 to 35 of them were wide open. And my MVP of tonight, Jaylen Brown. And the stats don't tell the whole story, but Jaylen Brown dominated this game from start to finish. Absolutely. Defensively was so great on Luka Doncic. Offensively was attacking the gaps. Again, getting past that primary defender, getting the defense in rotation. If you aren't a fan of Jaylen Brown now, you need to be. Get on the train now because he is the Boston Celtics best player. Jason Kidd wasn't lying. Jaylen Brown is the real deal for the Boston Celtics. And let's look at the box score here, guys. The Dallas Mavericks didn't shoot well. And I know people are going to talk about, oh, well, they didn't shoot well either. Compare the shot quality of the Dallas Mavericks to the Boston Celtics. Now, yes, Derrick Jones Jr. got some open threes. Josh Green got some open threes. Maxi Kleber did. But that's what the Boston Celtics are going to live with. They know that those guys knocking down threes is not a good recipe for them to win the game. Kyrie Irving was 7 of 18. To be honest, it didn't even feel like he shot that well. I mean, Kyrie Irving in this game was not good. Luka Doncic had a good game. Like, he was extremely good, especially in that first half. I don't know if it's his injuries. I don't know if it's he's tired. I don't know if he just can't figure out the Celtics defense. But in that second half, Doncic was not good. He was an absolute disaster. Turnover after turnover, not getting back on defense. And I know Luka had 32, 11, and 11. And I know he's tired and banged up. But you cannot play the way he played in that second half. Every single possession, he's turning to the referees, wanting a foul. Play the game, Luka. Play the game. Like, the Celtics are getting hacked too. It goes both ways. I get it. At the end of the game, PJ Washington got fouled on the Derek White block shot. But it's basketball. They're going to get calls, right? They're going to miss some. But Luka has to start just playing the game of basketball. Now, on the Boston Celtics side of things, like I said, Jaylen Brown, to me, dominated the game. I know he's a -3, team worst, and that he had 6 turnovers. I get all that. But when I'm looking at Jaylen Brown, defensively making his presence felt, offensively again starting that drive and kick rhythm. Jason Tatum, to me, kind of was a disaster tonight. But the bigger story here is those 12 assists. Shooting the ball, that's the problem I have with Jason Tatum. There's no reason for him to take those tough shots. There's no reason. They're getting open looks on every possession. I feel like at the end of the game, he was pressing a little bit, but overall, it didn't play bad. Those 12 assists, 9 rebounds are the real deal for Jason Tatum. And he's going to get a lot of hate, but Tatum was okay. For me, Jason Tatum, just take your 15 to 20 shots. Dallas is loading up in the paint. The Celtics are going to get wide open looks. They just got to trust that. There's no reason Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum either need to take over 20 shots in this series, especially with Drew Holiday and Derek White playing the way they are. I mean, the Celtics are just so elite. Sam Hauser went 0 of 5 from deep on pretty much all open looks. And it just simply put does not matter. The way Drew Holiday and Derek White play defense is absolutely outstanding. The Boston Celtics this series have just had the Mavs in an absolute box. And unless Kyrie Irving gets going, it's going to be night-night. Early on in this game, Luka Doncic had his way. Was knocking down shots, super efficient in that first half. The second half, I don't know. The Celtics maybe gave him more defensive attention or something because it was just a lot different in that second half. Peyton Pritchard hit a big-time 3. It was a 6-point game heading into the fourth quarter when Peyton Pritchard hit that shot. Just elite coaching to plug him in the game and said, you know what? Go get a bucket. Peyton Pritchard lives for that type of a moment. That's a crazy pass there by Luka. PJ Washington was really good. Had some very timely buckets, some good finishes around the rim. Just made some plays. And it's just like Luka just turned the ball over and over again. And this is what I'm talking about. Turnovers that lead to this. That's what you can't have. Because this is easy points for the Boston Celtics in transition. And that's the last thing that the Dallas Mavericks can give up. Daniel Gafford was really good in this game. Lively has been basically non-existent in this series. When you get past that initial defender, Gafford's at the rim, but then you're just caught in rotation. Nobody rotates there to Derek White very quickly. Jones Jr. finally gets out there. But it's like, I feel like the Mavericks are constantly in rotation. Whereas like with the Boston Celtics, they're not having to work hard defensively at all. They're not. They're playing good defense and solid defense. And it's like, it's just ISO ball. There's no making them work. And unless Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are both great, I just don't see a way in which the Dallas Mavericks get it done. Again, it's one of those things right now. Obviously, they hit some tough shots. Derek White hit a tough shot. Peyton Pritchard hit a tough shot. I'm personally probably more worried for the Mavs on the offensive side of the ball. This was scary. Kristaps did go down at the end of this game. That'll be something to monitor because Kristaps has been great in this series. And if the Celtics are without Kristaps Porzingis, I still think they win, but that definitely does hurt them quite a bit. But again, Jaylen Brown just gets past that initial defender. And look, right now, they're in rotation. Could throw it to Drew Holiday for a wide open three. Takes a nice little floater over the defense right there. I'm in love with Jaylen Brown and how he's playing, how he's competing. I love his game because it's like he wants to win. He doesn't care about anything else. Jaylen Brown wants to win, and I absolutely respect that. Just going about his business, taking on the challenge of guarding Luka Doncic. I love it. Absolutely love it. Kyrie tried to get going a little late here. It just never really worked out for him. But again, Mavs, they came back in this game. This was a crazy possession. You got it to 8. You got the ball. And it's just a disaster. PJ Washington tries dribbling the ball up the court, turns it over. Drew Holiday hits a massive three. If that doesn't happen right there, I think we see a completely different game. Because the Mavs still cut it to 5 points later on in this game. Like, I thought the game was over. It was 14. And then the next thing you know, it's a 5-point game. Luka Doncic gets the and one. It's back to 5. And here's where Dallas fans are going to be mad. And I get it. It absolutely was a foul in this situation. If they call the foul here, we might have a different outcome here. Brown obviously pushes him in the back, leads to a block. It's no wonder Luka's so tired in the second half. He's banged up, his offensive workload's crazy, and on the defensive end of the court, the Celtics are making him work hard. As you guys can see, winding down the stretch here, Jaylen Brown gets into the lane, finishes. The way the Celtics are moving the ball offensively, it just seems like the Dallas Mavericks have no answers whatsoever. The Celtics are blowing past that primary defender, getting the defense in rotation, and once that happens, it's easy to get open looks. Joe Mazzulla has these guys absolutely hooping right now, and I'm telling you right now, Jaylen Brown deserves your respect. He didn't even play his best ball tonight, had 6 turnovers, but the way he plays defense, the tone he sets, I'm in love with Jaylen Brown. The Dallas Mavericks are loading up trying to defend Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Make the right play. Derek White, Drew Holiday, they might have to score 20 points. And guess what? That is A-okay. We'll keep an eye on the Porzingis injury, but I still think Boston in 5. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.